Captain Pollard had been through the worst the sea can throw at you, a whale ramming a ship and then losing most of his crew to this tale of unforgettable disaster. And so he went out to sea again, and one of the things he said to someone soon after heading out was, you know, the lightning never strikes in the same place twice. So I think he thought, hey, the worst has happened to me, what else can happen?
This is 1823. Even with a vigilant eye and having someone always on watch on the bow, oftentimes these atolls just snuck up on people, and the result was just disastrous.
There's just a scattering of artifacts all around the bottom, a very violent sinking. You can almost hear the sound of the planks crashing and the rigging kind of falling across the deck.
I think that moment, he is just in disbelief as it's basically being crushed and crunched against that exposed reef.
He's a ruined man. He'll never be trusted with a whale ship again. When he went back to Nantucket, he was seen as a Jonah man, a man twice unlucky on a whale ship.
The irony is that Herman Melville would seize his story and make it the basis of Moby Dick, one of the greatest American novels ever written.
We know that vessels get lost out here, but the magnitude of the reef, this is a massive fringing reef that goes around the atoll. So to find this site is a real needle in a haystack.
It just was also a good portion of sheer luck that we happened to be in the right place at the right time with the right conditions.
Two of us jumped in the water. We were surveying on tow boards, which is a good way to cover a lot of ground.
We jumped in behind the boat, and within sort of 2 or 3 minutes, we saw an anchor laying on the side of the reef.
We come across a really exciting find. It was a historic anchor, and that was the beginning of this exciting discovery.
It was a real surprise. It was really unexpected. First, that we saw it so quickly, and second, that it indicated an early 19th century shipwreck.
I think what makes this shipwreck site really special is that it lies within the context of a really important protected area, and that's Papahanaumokuakea Marine National Monument.
The Papahanaumokuakea Marine National Monument is in the most remote 3/4 of the most remote island chain on Earth, the Hawaiian Islands. It's an uninhabited string of atolls and islands, submerged sea banks and shoals that extend about 1,200 miles.
It's bigger than 46 of the 50 states, so it's an enormous area of ocean, largely unexplored. Well, the monument and the protection that monument designation brings to this area has created one of the world's greatest natural laboratories. And this is true whether you want to study marine life or shipwrecks or cultural resources. You can study these things in as close to an undisturbed state as possible. And that's very, very rare.
Papahanaumokuakea, we like to say, is the place where nature and culture are one. In a world where people often theorize and talk about how humans are part of the environment, how culture is so important, how nature really helps people evolve their culture. It's all true, but in a modern world, it's really hard to see anymore. And in Papahanaumokuakea, that connection is still real and very tangible.